Today we'll be talking about mindset changes you need to make to stop comparing yourself to others. The reason why I'm talking about this is because it's inevitable, and social media is up in our face and technology is advancing, where it's so easy for us to really compare ourselves to others. And I really want to give you some tips to combat that when that does happen, so that you can focus on your goals. When we focus too much on others, it strips us from our confidence, from encouraging ourselves to take more steps. It prevents us from actually taking the steps that we need to. And it's overall bad for you. And so with these mindset changes, when it does occur, you can automatically switch it and change it to what you need to do so that you can move forward in your life at whatever capacity that is. And so one thing that really has helped me to really change myself when it comes to comparing myself to others is realizing that they simply have started sooner and have been more consistent sooner. If you think about the context of that sentence, it is true. They are at level 100. They started their level 1 sooner than we did. It could be because they're older or they're taking more action. It doesn't matter. They're at a different level because they started sooner. It's important for us to really take into consideration, what are we at in this journey? Are we starting in the beginning? Are we starting in the middle? Or are we scaling up no matter what that is? Just remember, when you do compare yourself to others and towards a level, you are not doing yourself any justice, because you have a lot more resources than you, and vice versa. You have a lot more time differences, economics, and other variables that will play into where you're at in your life. So make sure that once you're really thinking in this context, really take a step back and hey, this is one angle that we're seeing that is where we are alike. Every other angle, we are very different. And I want you to really consider that as well, and really take that into your mindset and really adjust for that. Another thing that's really helped me is to really understand, hey, they might look great on camera, they might be with a fancy car or whatever X amount of follower it is, but hey, we are all human. We are all fighting a battle that is off camera. Just be curious about it and really understand, what are they not telling us? It's not to put them at detriment or anything like that. It's for us to really hone in on hey, it doesn't matter where they're at. We are all constantly fighting about it. It might be financial issues, maybe a divorce, maybe a death in the family. Every single person on earth is always battling something that's beyond what you are seeing. Once you start to focus on outside of the lens that you are currently seeing, then you start to see, hey, they are at that point in their life because that's where they got them. We don't know what's happening outside of it. For example, more recently I've heard super successful entrepreneurs reaching millions of dollars, and I found it recently that a lot of them have been very shady. I'm not going to call any names out because that was not good, but I do know someone that has very close relationships with these people, and they've told me stories that are very shocking. They may look great on camera, they've had X amount of dollars, big companies, but little do we know, on the back end, there being a lack of integrity. We wouldn't know that based off mutual relationships. So it's important that just because you see what's on camera doesn't mean that's how they always are 100% of the time, entire life. We all make mistakes, we all have our pitfalls. So make sure that when you start to compare yourself to others, don't forget there's a battle they're fighting beyond what they're telling you. And I think a great way to really understand and better shoot for our goals is, what are they currently doing that I need to start doing? It's so great that, people like Cody Sanchez, they really pick apart other people's businesses. I absolutely like watching it because she analyzes people who have done more than her in her life, but she takes and picks apart their business so that she can learn from it and apply what she's learned from those businesses into her own business. And it's the same that we need to do when we aspire to be someone, or we have someone that we want to be friends with. We can take so much from what they're doing, whether it's their content, how they approach the life, how they're speaking, whatever it is. Apply what you're learning from those, from watching these videos, from watching all this content. Apply what you learn and take the time to really analyze that so that you can take those steps that made them successful and to get where they are, so that you can apply those same steps and help you get to there faster. Sometimes comparing yourself can actually be a good thing. Like in this situation, you have to really know where they're at and where you're at. What you're missing is probably in the answer in that you're looking for in others. Apply those good positive attributes and some of the weaknesses and apply it to yourself so that you can be better because of it. You can learn from others' strengths as well as their mistakes as well. Just because you don't see yourself as successful, or you don't have as much money, or you don't have this many properties, or whatever it may be, remember, life is your own journey. We may be similar, but outside of that one angle, you are very different from every single one else. Don't compare yourself to others, but when it does happen, make sure you equip yourselves with the right mindset changes like we have discussed in this video. I would really encourage you to really take a step back and how can I apply these lessons today? What comparisons am I really making right now? And what do you need to do to make sure that you don't stop, to make sure you don't start comparing yourself to others? Don't compare yourself to others because it's going to detriment yourself, and start to really hone in on what positive attributes you can get from those and then move yourself forward. Take care.